Brendan Mortensen here at the PNC Digital Desk, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. Not the O's day. Here's Tony Mansolino.
The x-rays, when I walked in, they didn't know yet, so he was getting x-rays. We'll see.
What was going on with between you guys and Fairbanks?
You know, I have no idea. I know there was somebody above our dugout screaming at Pete. And then as I was walking down the steps there at the end, I think he must have made some type of gesture in the direction of the dugout. I don't know if it was at our dugout. There would be no reason to. I'm making the assumption it was at the fan above the dugout that was yelling at him. You'll probably have to ask him as to what that was. But our dugout didn't say a word. I'm assuming he heard the fan. Apparently he made the gesture. I think there was maybe some confusion in our dugout as to the direction that he was making the gesture towards. Again, there should be, no reason for, anything to go towards our dugout in that situation. I hope that's what it wasn't. But that's just my understanding. I think it's probably a little bit of confusion and misunderstanding would be my guess.
Do you think any part of hitting Basayo might have been on purpose?
No, not at all. No, it's, Kevin Cash runs a classy program over there. There'd be no reason for them to do that. In this situation, under these circumstances, I think in a 2-strike count, that would be absolutely crazy to do that in that situation. So no, I think it was an accident. It's an unfortunate part of the game. And again, my assumption is he heard the fans above our dugout. And you'll have to ask him as to, why he gestured in that direction, whether it was towards us or whether it was towards the fans. That's ultimately his decision. That really has nothing to do with us.
Were you sensing any frustration from the at-bats as the game kind of went on and not getting a hit until the 7th inning?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we didn't want to go hitless through 6 or whatever it was. Tough night for us swinging the bats. Thought we swung the bats better last night. Unfortunate part of the game, we don't get hits. So just wasn't a good night for us offensively.
What were you seeing from Wells tonight?
Probably didn't have his A command. It was more like his C+ command for me tonight. And then when he got guys at 2 strikes, he made some mistakes up in the zone. He just couldn't get the ball down and into the right locations. Looks like the changeup got hit a couple times at 2 strikes, and they did some damage on it. So, I think we've been really fortunate with his performances thus far coming off the surgery. It's been really seamless, and I think at some point there's probably going to be a hiccup, and usually the hiccups come with command, and that's such a big part of his game, and I think unfortunately it kind of reared its ugly head tonight for the first time.
That's all here from the PNC Digital Desk, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.